and I'll try to show you a couple other little things about this tune. So this is without a capo, and I'll show you how to play it with a capo as well. So you're going to start with a C minor chord. So your index finger is going to set down on the 3rd fret of the A. And what I'm doing is just using my thumb to pluck the A. You could use a pick if you want and just try to pluck all these strings. But I'm going to use my thumb, pluck the A. And then your middle finger sets down on the 4th fret of the B, ring finger on the 5th fret of the G. And that gives you a little 2-note chord. So what you're going to do is pluck that bass note with your thumb, and then pluck the 2-note chord. Well, I'm using my middle finger and my ring finger, but again, you could use the pick if you want to just try to pluck those. So you're going to go. So there's 2 sets of 3. So you pluck on the bass note, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. Then we're going to take our index finger and we're going to slide up so that index finger is in 6th fret of the A string. Then you're going to set your ring finger down here on the 8th fret of the G, pinky 8th fret of the B, and we're still plucking the same strings. So you're going to pluck thumb on A, and again you're going to pluck that 2-note chord up high. Now what you could do here if you want is just take that exact same shape, slide it all the way down to 1st fret. That's just a really easy way to do it because you're staying on the same strings. You would slide down to 1st fret. But what I was doing is just hopping up to the next string. So index finger jumps to 6th fret of the low E. Your ring finger is going to set down here on the 8th fret of the D, middle finger 7th fret of the G. So now you have to hop your thumb up to the E and then pluck the D and the G. Again, I'm using my middle finger and ring finger. And then we get to the last final chord here in the progression. You slide your index finger down 2 frets to the 4th fret of the E string. And then you have a slight inversion on the higher notes. So your middle finger is going to set down on the 5th fret of the G, ring finger 6th fret of the B. So it kind of creates a more of a diminished type of sound. So you put that all together and you got Alright, so now if you wanted to just play this with a capo on, you could throw it on 3. And then you would just plug open A and then set down kind of a abbreviated A minor shape right here. Index finger 1st fret of B, middle finger 2nd fret of G. Then you could just simply do the same chord you did before without the capo, as well as the 3rd chord and the 4th chord. So those would all be the same pretty much, right, with the capo on. So there's not much difference other than just that open A. All right. So now let's say you just want to strum the chords to this song. What I think works best, and I've actually done this on another Imagine Dragons song for a lesson years ago, all down strums just work really good for Imagine Dragons songs. So So the chords you would use would be A minor, index finger 1st fret of the B, middle finger 2nd fret of the D, ring finger 2nd fret of the G. Then you go to C, so you leave everything where it is, but bring that ring finger up to 3rd fret of the A. Then you're going to go to a G, middle finger hops down to 3rd fret of low E, ring finger 3rd fret of B, pinky 3rd fret of high E. And if you want, you can add your index finger on 2nd fret of A. I like to just mute out A with the bottom of my middle finger. Then you're going to go to an F major 7. F major 7, index finger 1st fret of B, middle finger 2nd fret of G, ring finger 3rd fret of A, pinky 3rd fret of D. I kind of mute out the low E if I can, but I let that high E ring open. So you could be like, one thing I kind of like to do once in a while when I'm doing a strum pattern like this, just do a quick down up at the end of each chord. So the way I'm counting that, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3, 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a. Now you'll also notice on the track there's some very sort of just defined whole note power chords that you could play on the electric. So what you could do for that is just so those are just 5 chords. So you got in the capoed position, you got an A5 shape 5 chord, A5 shape power chord. So your index finger would just, you could do this with just barring 2nd fret of D and G, and you would pluck from the A through the G. Just focus on those 3 strings. Then you'd go up to a C5 shape power chord. Index finger 3rd fret of A, ring finger 5th fret of D, pinky 5th fret of G. Again, just focus on those 3 strings. Then hop that shape up. That's a G5 shape power chord. All right, and then you slide down 2 frets for the F shape. All right. And this would sound good with some sustain or distortion on your guitar if you have electric. So yeah, I hope this lesson was helpful for you. Go ahead, hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.